Hello everyone, my name is Francisco Andrade. I'm the head of the reporter committee this year, and instead of doing a board interview in the yearbook, we decided to do a board podcast to tell you all about our year. And I guess we'll start by introducing ourselves, alright?
Oh, I'm getting started. Okay. I'm Kenny. I'm the treasurer and head of acquisition. Marlijn.
All right, I am this year's vice president of Offscreen, and I'm also head of the promotion committee.
Hello, hello, it's your favorite head of travels! I'm Eunice, guys.
Oh, hello, I'm head of SAC.
Say
Lucia.
your name.
Lucia. They know my name.
Head of Mock Baby, Shania Chapa.
The first question we have in store for this board interview podcast, whatever this is what's your off-screen origin story? Why are you here? What was your first contact with this special family of students? Who wants to?
Alright.
Go ahead.
All right, so actually my journey with an Offscreen started before I was even a student at the UvA. I crashed one of the borals, one of the park borals during lockdown because I knew Capucine, who was SDC that year. So I went to that boral, I had no idea what was going on, but it was such a cool vibe. Like, they were just playing soccer, drinking, playing drinking games, talking, and I was like, wow, this is such a wholesome group of random people. And then I just decided to join Offscreen because of that, just because I crashed a boral when I was not even in school.
Cute.
Shall I go next?
Take it away.
Take the mic.
Okay, cool. Before I joined Offscreen, I didn't even know I could get into media studies because I was first in the University of Applied Sciences. But the first day, I think it was the introduction. I just had an introduction. We had like a tour around the city, and then I went back to the classroom, and then I met Lucia.
I did meet Kenny there. He
That
popped
was
out
the
of
first
nowhere.
time. I just popped out of nowhere.
And you were like,
also.
Filipino? And I was
No,
like,
oh yeah, but like she had, no, definitely, and she had like a Gandalf shirt.
I have to say something about that. Oh, good night.
You,
Run away for a sec.
It's a pod, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
can talk over each other.
Yeah, but like, it's like,
yeah,
fine, yeah.
okay.
When I got that Cat Gandalf shirt, I remember this one Austrian member, and she was like, I'm obsessed with your shirt. Like, I'm obsessed with your shirt. For like 3 minutes, she was just going on about my shirt. I was just standing there with like beer.
but yeah, that's where I met Lucia, and actually the rest of Offscreen as well. Well, not that many people, but like it was last year. Also, that was the year that we were still allowed to give out alcohol. So yeah, that was nice.
Okay, I can remember my first event. It was Pub Talk. My first event that I ever went to was Pub Talk. But I just remember like biking to the middle of nowhere in like somewhere obscure, and it was like this I don't even know, like this
Abandoned artist's warehouse.
There we go.
Wow.
And I was just, yes, I'm ready for this. I biked there for the first time, and then I saw our queen with Skylar, and I was like, this is Offscreen.
Because yours maybe might be the most different story.
Well, no, it was from our intro-week mentor,
Oh.
Jim.
Ryan.
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 Oh my
Ryan
God,
was
so
like,
you're right.
yeah,
You're right.
Ryan,
That's actually
Ryan was like, what did he say? He was like, there's this association. Can't really get into the party, but like try and get in, guys.
And
we
he
were
didn't
like,
help us at all.
and he didn't help us, and we were like so confused.
Because we didn't know it happened.
Yeah.
We
And
didn't even
then-
go.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we didn't end up
because
going.
we didn't know what was going
And
on.
then after that, I don't remember, but probably into like where we toured campus and played like
Yeah.
table tennis.
Beer pong.
Your
Beer pong, yeah.
I was going-
If you guys don't know, every board of Offscreen, once formed, over the summer has to go on this thing called the board weekend, and then work together for like 3 to 4 days,
Wow.
and we really just spend all those days together, planning the year,
Yeah.
the events,
We
everything we
We
do.
really don't know each other that well. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, go on this weekend away with these people, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I guess I'm gonna drop. I changed my flight for this. I paid money, a lot of money.
Yeah, no, the question is, I want each person to describe board weekend in 3 words. And
Oh,
you can
God.
elaborate a
3
bit.
words?
Yeah, 3 words. You can only
Oh,
pick 3 words.
Okay.
Our lovely board weekend. We went to Kenny's home nation.
Friesland.
Friesland.
Region.
His region. Yeah,
No, his
his
actual
struggle.
home, guys. Don't be-
Yeah.
don't be
His
fooled.
natural habitat.
His natural habitat. Okay,
Okay,
so
3
man, go
words.
first.
We'll say it in Dutch because you have to.
Oh, you have
okay,
to.
I'll say it in Dutch. Okay, ver weg. Wait, no, that's actually already 2 words.
Oh, you're saying it.
This is difficult, guys.
Sorry,
You can say it in English.
You can say it in English.
Any language you want, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 1 word. Groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Mice.
Mm-hmm. I was literally thinking the same 3 words.
Also horror, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking like scary,
Okay.
Scary.
dark.
Okay. Okay, those are some good words, Kenny. I think my 3 words are short, sweet, and terrifying. I was not present when there was a mouse detected by President Francisco. All I saw was a very sketchy video of Francisco trying to videotape this mouse or rats or he
Clarice.
That was her name, guys.
And I
just so
had
you
a
know.
12-hour flight that I was on, and then I arrived, and the first thing I opened on my phone was that video, and I was like, where the hell am I gonna go right now?
My words are like kind of hyphenated. Yeah. So, first one is late. As per usual. We worked on it this year. So late. Second one is arm day,
Uh-huh.
and third one is Miley Cyrus. Or
Hannah
Montana.
For me, I think omelets, because we would use the same grimy pan to do all of our omelets. Nachos,
Austrian
because
nachos.
insert photo. Insert
Right
photo.
now.
Austrian nachos made by
Disgusting.
yours truly.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Francisco cut out letters for off screen in on
Cucumber.
cucumber. And
On the nachos.
yeah, and also the nachos were already done, and Fran was still doing it. So by the time we
It was like 2
dug into
hours
the
later.
it was cold.
It was a brick
It
of
was-
nachos.
yeah.
We still have 6 words to hear.
Well, I feel like you guys have
Well, you guys really said a lot of
Well,
words.
this is the challenge now.
Oh,
Gotta be
why?
creative.
That's so
One
unfair.
would be a scary attic door, because there was an attic there. Scary attic door.
God.
It was up there, and the
The
second.
freezer.
Yeah. Oh my
Where
my god,
you
guys.
can
Actually,
walk
there's
in
so
there.
many scary things. Mine and Shania's room, there was a closet, and in that closet there was a door. There was a little hidden door in our closet, and I was so scared. And I was like, oh no, there was a mirror. It was a mirror, and then a door, and I was like, what is going on? But yeah, also this was like the first time we've ever like really properly like hung out as a board, so it was a very like.
How
Was
was
it
it
before
productive?
that?
I don't know.
Yes, it was productive.
There were
We had a schedule.
There were some naps in the middle of the day once in a while, you know.
Do you guys want to go? Finish your words.
I mean, I already said like 3. So.
Confusion. Because I was literally confused. Also, I was like,
No way.
there were like, no, there were so many things that we had to do, and I didn't even realize the association does this much, and like I didn't even realize. Anyway, so confusion, and then scary, but someone said that, and mouse, but someone said that. Expensive. That's my other word.
Now, this other question is just briefly, what were your expectations before getting into a board year? And how were they shattered by the yeah, like what was like sort of like before and after, and sort of what were your expectations going into it, and what was the how do you look back on it now? Does anyone wanna jumpstart? Yeah.
Okay, I was expecting to slay, but the thing that shattered it was inflation. So yeah, that was it.
Okay, so I was like friends with the previous board, like going into the year, and I was also in like a committee and stuff. So I thought it was gonna be really like just woo fun, like oh my god, I'm gonna be like a little leader. Oh my god, people are gonna look up to me. I'm gonna have authority and stuff. Like for some reason that's how I saw them as a little first year, and then going in, it's a very humbling experience. You have to basically learn everything about life again, but like it's a good way, like in a good way, but yeah, I think that's kind of didn't shatter anything for me, but I just felt like, oh wait, it's not all fun and games. It definitely is as well, but you learn so much about yourself, and like yeah, it's just very humbling. I think that's the word I will definitely emphasize.
I went into the year with a lot of expectations in a way where I was already in the MAC committee previously, and it was
MAC committee, media academic committee.
The media
yeah, MAC. I was
just
already
like
in
the
MAC.
SEC committee.
Exactly. But I was there and I loved it, and I was taking on a different role. Did not expect SEC to be this much work in a way that is like a little less apparent, more mental work than physical work, even though you are like on the job basically 24/7. So yeah, I don't know. I found it very rewarding at the end though. So went in kind of not knowing what I was doing, came out feeling very rewarded.
Yeah, well, to me also, I kind of echoed that. It's been an incredibly formative experience. I think I had way too much planned, way too much I wanted to accomplish. So also, it's always nice to take a step back. And in general, I also think it's more casual than I thought it was gonna be. I was like, oh my gosh, so much, so
Casual?
serious. But no, and there's still a very serious side to what we do.
I feel
But
like it is.
Yeah, I feel like it was way.
Wow.
but it's become, I think,
But I
more
also-
casual. We've kind of like
Yeah,
gotten
we made
used
it more
to it.
I think we
Yeah.
did, yeah.
So it's been nice in that sense, and yeah, love it. No regrets. Incredible challenges, and it's really pushed me over the edge. No, but it's pushed me in a good way too. And yes, thank you, Offscreen. It's been real.
Well, I thought it was gonna be way more chill than it was. It wasn't, guys. It wasn't that chill. Like, it wasn't that casual. Yeah. Like, I thought it was gonna be like really powering through the year, and then like, guys talk social battery. Like,
Yeah. No, that is it about stock, is
but it's very rewarding and no regrets. The meme, like.
Another pretty big and important moment of a board, any board, is its Kobo, its Constitutieboro. And that,
Great.
introduction weekend is when we all really get to know each other. Board weekend. And then we go on to the Kobo, which is a bit later on in October. And who wants to explain what a Kobo is? Yeah, you wanna?
Okay, I'll give it a go. Us as a board, other board, welcoming, hosting, and play a game, a gift, spoiler alert, alcohol, steal you, chaotic and dangerous, guest book, a lot of stuff going on.
It's not a game, it's very professional, it's a ritual.
Okay,
it is
it's
something-
not a game.
Not
This is
game.
something
It's a
that is-
ritual.
It's
This is
not a
something
game.
that is standard
Can
and
you look it
all
up?
boards in every association. Some are crazier than others. But
So my question now for everyone is, what is your favorite memory of our Kobo? And what is your last memory of our Kobo? Because I'm quite sure we all got carried out of there. So, do you guys want to start us off?
Okay.
Your favorite.
My
and then-
favorite memory from the Kobo
What
is
is your
probably when Franny, I think it was like, towards the end it was just me and Franny standing strong. Everyone, I mean, because I wasn't drinking that much. And I was vomiting after the first round, so
Yeah,
I was like sober and like crying. But there, these people were like passed out, not doing well. It was just me and Franny with, I think, one of the older boards, and he just like is crying and like,
Me?
yeah.
Okay.
And it's just like, I love you all, I love you all. But then at one point with another board from another association, he just starts lying about I don't know, about everyone, and like about like he was like, this is like Shania, like she and Lucia like grew up together in Qatar.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
he's like,
favorite,
this is
Pink
Pink
Panther.
Panther's their favorite, and then he goes like, this is the Indian Queen. Like it was just my favorite parts of the Kobo was just Franny like
Yeah.
giving the little
Bullshitting the
speeches
speeches.
and getting drunker as time went on, and then just like
Oh, God.
being completely incoherent by the end, like telling everyone he loves them. I was like, you love this? Oh, I did not think so. I love you, and I'm like, oh, okay. My last memory. Well, I kind of got home on a tram because at some point, one of my bodyguards was like, let's just leave, and I was like, yeah. Because also I wasn't doing well. I cried from the first round until the end, literally tears like wiping off of my face every single round. So I think it's valid that I
And
left.
just someone upstairs being like, "Where's Shania? We can't start without her."
And it's just me downstairs sobbing. So
My favorite moment was the cucumber that John gave me because that really revived me, and that also might be Well,
Oh my god, I forgot about
yeah.
the cucumber.
I
The
remember.
association stole the cucumber and sent us a rescue email. Photo here, screenshot of the email.
That's actually so
Skio,
good.
shame on you for taking the
Shaggy,
cucumber
shame
home.
on you.
I was munching on that.
Source of water.
Yeah. So I was
like
gnawing down that cucumber, and I remember John being like, Lucia, you also don't have to finish this cucumber. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, no,
fine.
it's just
My last memory though was drinking the quarter of Gold Strike, because after that I completely blacked out. I don't remember anything after that, except for the cucumber, because I did vividly remember just having a refreshing taste in my mouth, and I was just confused. But yeah, Gold Strike, fuck you.
Well,
not cool.
my
Not
favorite. My favorite memory is also like Shania's. I remember like doing all the speeches, and when it got to the 24th and 25th board of Off-Screen, which are the previous two boards that we all know pretty well, then I got really emotional. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are my role models, whatever." And then I started sobbing. Like, I admire you so much.
And it
Thank
was
you for
just me and
everything."
Freddie huddled like
And
this.
I was so
What's
emotional.
going
I
on?
remember crying so like vigorously before, and to me it felt like it was a 5-minute thing. But at one point, Skylar, who was the head of MAC last year, we moved over to MAC, so she's kind of like a mother figure to us. But no, she's great and she's a dear friend. And at one point, I was just like hugging Skylar and sobbing in her arms, and I thought it was like a 3-minute thing, as I said. But apparently it was like a 45-minute thing, and I just feel so bad to know that now. I was like, poor Skylar, sort of like, oh my god, someone get this kid out of here. I was really crying a lot. And my last memory, I have flashes, but I remember like
So
on
dramatic.
the wall.
Yeah, I really do. Like,
I walked from the Disco Dolly where we had it to my house, and every canal I saw, every body of water, everything I saw, I would puke in. So it was like. Also, shout out to Daphne and to Leon for carrying me home. And I just kept stumbling. But
Also,
was
at
fun.
some point, Franny looks at his bodyguards and goes, "I think it's time for us to leave. I think this has come the time." And then they left.
And everyone's
They're
like,
gone.
yeah, no shit.
Yeah, like, I think it has come the time for us to leave.
I think my favorite memory from the Kobo was actually pre-Kobo, because we had pre
Pizza!
here. We had a little
Pizza!
pizza night,
True.
and there
Yeah,
was
those
a
yummy.
We were all
beautiful sunset.
shaking.
There was a
Yeah.
beautiful sunset right out that window, corridor, balcony,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's beautiful.
And we were all just terrified of what the night was about to bring us. Yeah, and I just remember getting there, and at one point I think I was just like jumping around or something. I don't really remember, but I think that happened at one point. But my last memory was literally, I think it was the 24th board. No, Fred's board.
That's 24th.
No, 23rd.
23rd, sorry.
Oh.
23rd board.
Not you misrepresenting.
They, we're gonna cut it anyways. Well, the 23rd board, and then they handed us a bottle of Gold Strike, and I had to go first anyways.
Censored.
Oh, sorry.
So
Oh,
then,
Your finish is so long.
so then I chugged it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take one for the team. Like,
She
I'm
did.
gonna do it.
She did.
I went glug 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 glug.
you get
I
a
was like,
quarter.
I think this is
Tank
good.
that night.
This is good. Gave it to Lucia.
Jack-
She drank.
Because I didn't want to disappoint Eunice, you know, so I was like, I'm going to drink as much as her, so I also drank a quarter.
And then I proceeded to disappoint. I had like a little sip and I was like, ooh,
No, but this happened. I saw Lucia chug. I go, yeah, you did it. We high five. Boom. I turn around and blackout.
Yeah,
Looked at my
literally
bodyguard.
after that, nothing.
Yeah, I stared at Tom and Abby straight in the eyes and like this. Out. Don't remember
And
saying
then Kenny drank the other half. And after that, I think I stopped drinking.
thank God.
My favorite memory of the night, I think, was when Teddy, who I think was in the 23rd board, I was literally just having a normal conversation with her. It was in between like these rounds of drinks, and all of a sudden this woman just grabs me, like throws me over her shoulder and starts running, sprinting, and I was just laughing, giggling. I was like, this is so stupid. And then I just held onto Abby, who was one of the bodyguards, and I was just holding on to him like, please save me, I don't want to die. Like I just like was being so dramatic. And then he eventually saved me. And I think my last memory was because I was completely sober for some reason for several rounds, and everyone was looking at me like I was crazy because like Kenny was already throwing up everywhere at this
No.
point and like dying, and like Francisco was crying, Shania was crying, Lucia was, and
Crying.
these were vegetables, and I was still like sort of okay, and then Fas, who was also I think in the 23rd floor, he looked at me, he's like, why are you not drunk? And I just said, fuck you, and I was like, love you, and then I just blacked out. Like that's all I remember.
He triggered you.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
triggered
yeah.
it
Why
for
did you
me,
black
and
out
after that, I
right
don't
now?
remember a single thing. I was carried home by Raul and Richard. The Uber god gave us 1 star, so I don't know what I did in there, but it was
Yeah.
apparently really bad.
You can check your thing, your stars.
So yeah, that was my Kobo.
My Gobo was very interesting.
Lots of vom.
Yeah,
Vom.
so we're not gonna
Roll
talk.
in the
We're not
vom.
gonna.
No,
we're
yes
not-
we are. Yes we are. Just
Can
the
you
question
actually
after.
talk?
Okay, someone else can talk about that. But then I started drinking the second bottle of Cold Strike, and then people were like, "Oh my God, Kenny, you have to do like a tactical barf." I was like, "No, I'm okay." And then I did a tactical barf.
And then you didn't
And then you
stop.
opened
I didn't
it.
stop.
You
I didn't
opened
stop.
up
And
that-
apparently, I don't remember this, but apparently I blacked out with my head into the.
Oh no, please allow me.
Okay, yeah.
I will never forget.
I don't remember.
I
seeing
remember
this.
because this was one of the flashes I remember the most. Kenny was rolling on the ground. At one point, he just his head stumbles across the vomit bucket, and he falls it in the bucket, turns around, and Kenny's
Also, I
head
hope you
is
guys can
fully
see Senna right
inside
now.
his vomit bucket, fully inside, which means Kenny's covered in vomit. Then the lovely people from Skio were like, "Oh no, there's vomit on his head. Let's clean him up." How did they do it? Glass of water, cha. So
That's it.
that was like diluted vomit. There was diluted
So he
vomit
was
all
also
over
ice
Kenny.
cold.
And Kenny was very affectionate that night. He wanted to hug everyone. And boy, oh boy, I'll take a hug from Kenny any day. That day, I was like,
We were running from this man.
he was so bad.
Can I just
It was
say
bad.
that this whole thing about picking people up and like taking them away is like traumatizing as fuck. Like imagine you're drunk as fuck. You think you're safe. You think you're fine. Dude, I was like being picked up by my waist. My body was not pulling me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I feel literally unsafe as a woman of color here. Like,
Also, guys, I just want to paint the scene for you. We were on the second floor disco lounge. There's stairs. So if you want it to be stolen, you have to be down the
Steep
stairs.
stairs. The next question for the board is: 1, what was your favorite event of the year? 2, what was your favorite Boral theme of the year? We can rapid fire this.
Yeah, let's
Keep it
rapid
short,
fire.
people.
just
Lots to
say
talk
your
about.
favorite event and then.
My favorite trip was ski trip because I learned how to ski without any classes.
He didn't. He cannot ski.
I cannot
for
ski.
his life.
I cannot.
No.
No, actually, Franny, you're lying. You're lying. My favorite event, career exploration event, because I was on TV. And the favorite Boral theme, Halloween.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, my favorite trip, I think I'm like in
Ski trip?
between. I wasn't on ski trip because I broke my arm. Thank you very much, Kenny, for being so considerate. No, my favorite trip, I loved all of them, but I think Barcelona because Barcelona was just it was something else. It was the Sunday trip, so to be fair, honestly, like can't even better than any of that.
I don't really have a specific favorite trip because I loved all of them equally. But I will say I think this farewell weekend coming up will be my favorite.
Oh yes.
I think that one. Okay, well, my favorite Borals was my Boral, my birthday Boral.
Oh, valid.
Because actually we had an outdoor.
Yo, so
like,
cool. Yeah.
Park Boral, and there was a DJ deck outdoors. Like, okay, anyways, so fun. Favorite event? I think event is. I don't know. I really don't know the events,
Do we
guys.
know all of the events that have planned the number of events that were planned the whole year?
No.
Favorite trip? I have 2. First was introduction weekend, which is hectic. Everyone was very stressed our first trip.
Christ.
But I think it's so wonderful because it's when Austrian traditions really get to shine through, and you're teaching about Austrian for these like new members. So it's really really wholesome. And I think it's time to really connect with people. And another one that I really really loved was ski trip. One because like you wake up at like, at least I did with Stella. Shout out to Stella, my snowboarding fierce queen, and Romain. We'd wake up early, like 8:30, 9 a.m. Romain. But we would wake up at like 8:30, like be on the slopes by 9, and then just come back when the sun set. And then at night, it was really the time to just play cards, eat dinner with friends, and talk. And it's one of the most bonding trips, I
Yeah.
think.
I think ski trip was my favorite because I learned how to mix on that trip.
Yes.
Shout out to Niels, Robin,
Rave Cave.
Rave Cave.
Shout out to the
Rahul, Avi, the off-screen.
Shout out to the
gods.
DJs.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite event was a charity gala. Because everyone was nicely dressed up
That was
and bidding
really
on art.
nice.
And
Oh yeah.
and
That
I
was
might have
good.
had 2 glasses of free champagne instead of 1.
Me too.
Me too.
Guilty as charged, all of us.
My favorite trip was Barcelona. Really like that. I love
Ski trip?
Barcelona. Fuck
The
ski trip.
individual trip.
Fuck. I hated skiing.
Well, it's not because of STC.
Oh no, it's just we
Whoa,
just
what's
don't.
that shade? What's that shade?
Yeah, I love Barcelona though. Favorite event. I really like film festival. I also really like immersive event. Of course.
Immersive was one of my
Mhm.
favorites.
My favorite world theme was Y2K. I really like that. And also Halloween was fun.
My favorite Boral theme. I can't believe no one said Adam Sandler.
Oh
Dressed like your father, Boral.
Fuck, Adam Sandler.
That's definitely my top.
Yeah.
Favorite event. I don't know. Immersive event because I think it was really cool to see like art, like put up everywhere, and I think it was like really like an immersive atmosphere, and like that
It
was
was
the whole
immersive.
evening.
Mhm.
And the location was just like so pristine, and the
Love you, Sexy Land.
my favorite trip
Huh?
was Barcelona. Was fucking incredible. Like beautiful location with that hostel. Like it was literally just an incredible trip. Like yeah, food was incredible. Did I answer all the questions?
Yes, you
My
did.
other favorite event was also charity gala because I think it was really like
Oh yeah, I really
Charity
did
gala.
love
Yeah,
charity
charity
gala.
and like Kenny was just like stressing so much for no reason,
But it was
and then it
good.
all like worked out so perfectly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Proud of you, Kenster.
Yes,
Sure.
Oh my god.
Shout outs.
That's how my friends in freestyle school me.
We each have our own lovely committees, without which Offscreen would not be the same or really
Or-
be here at all. So I think this next question is, what's your favorite moment that you've had this year that you shared with your committee? And I'll start this one, I guess, since I already have the mic.
Right.
My favorite moment was a prees that we had here before the James Bond Gala. And it was like our first formal outing as a reporting committee. Everyone was fully dressed up and looking really cool. Insert funny video we made. This was us. And it was just really, really wholesome. And then we went to the wonderful,
James Bond Gala.
shout out, thank you reporter
It was
committee.
beautiful. Also the video.
Woo. I think my favorite memory with my committee was actually our very first meeting. Because I was like, I want this to be cute, I want this to be wholesome. So we did a little potluck at my house where all of them brought food, and for some reason, all of them brought Capri salad. We had 4 Capri salads that night.
Love that.
Everyone had the same idea, I guess. And yeah, we just talked and hung out, and it was just really cute because we had never really met each other all together before, and like I just felt so proud of like forming this group of people, and yeah, it was really adorable. So yeah, definitely my favorite memory.
My favorite memory with my lovely SEC committee.
I love her just moving on.
Thank
God, not study travel committee.
SEC committee.
the study travel committee was when we all had our first hangout. We went to Avi's house, and we had like a potluck
Some
dinner
blunts.
thing. We ended up starting the dinner. This is when the Boiler Room X STC idea came out. Because we were listening to Fight Against Boiler Room.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty sick. And then we ended up watching Pink Panther 1 and 2 that whole
I
night.
love it.
Yeah, but all of us was there, and it was a beautiful, beautiful night.
My favorite would probably be us, like Sock and I, pre-gaming before the Valentine's Day World. Because also we were DIYing and it was very chaotic. And it was in my home, and there are always people in my home, if you guys didn't know. And everyone in my home that wasn't Sock were in Nathan's room. Hiding away, and then they would, also this is like both like Sock and my friends, but they would just like go in the kitchen, not talk to them, make potato duchesses, and then go back in
You're
their
really
room.
painting us in a bad light.
No, you think it's a bad light. I just thought it was funny.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, and we were just drinking, and also Valentine's Day World, we had a lot of ideas for that one, so that was really fun as well. So yeah, that might be my favorite.
Okay, well, mine is before Berlin, we had this meeting to do the itinerary, and it was already after hours, and all of us were like delusional at this point. We were just making jokes and like being crazy, and yeah, that was my favorite memory. Love you, Mac. We're gonna have our hangout soon. Like it's gonna happen.
Wait, actually, that was my first fun memory with SEC, but one of my favorite
Your
favorites.
act favorite.
No, not act favorite, because that was like all of SEC, but like one of my other memorable
yeah.
ones. So pick your fighter.
Okay.
You guys can edit whichever one.
We'll keep both.
But
Yeah.
my other favorite memory was when we just landed in Barcelona. By the way, we had to be at the airport at 4:30, so it was really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
chaos. But we had like our first official SEC meeting, debrief and everything. We got lunch and we just suntanned on the roof of our hostel for like 30 minutes during our meeting. We just took a pause, and that was also one of my like favorite moments. Just soaking
everyone
in
just, like,
Barcelona, like the beginning of the week. Yeah.
Amazing. Speaking of wonderful things in off-screen, next one is rapid fire. What's your favorite off-screen tradition and why? Keep it short, keep it brief. We'll start with you, sir.
Yo.
Favorite off-screen tradition? I think the off-screen dance. That's one that we're.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
We need some music with this.
Choo, 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 choo.
You saw it. You better put
learn.
it. Yeah.
You better dance with
Game
us.
of the
Can we not
future.
add
You
stuff to
better
this
still know
dance?
that
I think we
dance.
should every year the board adds a little step to it.
It would be undanceable.
Okay, my favorite off-screen tradition, I don't know if it's like officially off-screen tradition, but when you like cling someone's glass,
The
like
gentleman's
do that.
game.
Yes, we do that a
What is
lot
that
at
off-screen?
Orals,
Isn't that just-
and then you have to chug your drink. It's the best way to get drunk.
Unless you saved it.
My favorite
Happened.
off-screen tradition is flunky ball.
My favorite off-screen tradition is also flunky ball,
Love
and
and hate.
I have my own way of playing. Some people know,
Oh,
some
yeah.
people don't.
Oh yeah,
I
we
know.
know.
I play on my own
I
league.
know.
You're so bitchy.
Mine would be birthday
Okay.
chugs. They're cute. It's
Oh yeah.
birthday chugs. It's
So
like
cute.
orals.
drugs.
Birthday
Like,
No.
off-screen plays for them. Off-screen plays for them.
and also off-screen does pay for it. So
So if it's your birthday, remember to get a chug. My favorite tradition is an introduction weekend when everyone has to do like performances, and like the old board has to like do
Oh.
performances
So cute.
because it's kind of just a time to like literally go crazy and do whatever you want on stage.
can't wait for
So-
our performance next year, guys.
Yeah, actually, we need. It's in the works.
Oh,
it's-
We're planning.
Oh, okay, Fernie.
Next question is.
What is it?
On 3, I want everyone to yell out their off-screen dream trip destination.
What?
1, 2, 3. Rome! Rome is mine.
Bali's mine.
I said Bali too.
Rome is mine as well. The love that never happened.
We all love the Hawk, our little barn, our office at BG1, and hangout spot, and
Our
everything
cave.
else. Our cave. If you could redecorate the Hawk, if you could change one thing with an unlimited budget, but you can only change one thing, what would you
Wait,
change?
Can we just say what we would do
I
like
have
for
one.
be a decoration?
No, one thing.
A
What?
cleaning service every week, once a week. Like we just get someone to clean. Like that's that only change. That's it. Everything else is fine.
I would get better chairs. The first time I entered that room,
Oh.
like me and Dinesh, looking at you, thinking of
Better be
you,
listening.
we're both falling from the chairs because they're either broken or they're kind of like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like the
So
cinema
new
chair.
chairs, like new expensive chairs, massage chairs. I don't know.
Oh.
If there's an unlimited budget,
Yeah.
that's it for me.
I would. Okay, can I just say like my whole revamp of the Hulk right now?
Well, you can
I would
always
take
one
out.
thing.
No,
One
well,
thing,
I'm just
one
gonna
thing.
change the question to my. Okay.
No,
Okay. Well.
You're the main character.
I don't know. I would clean it up first, and now my one thing that I would add is better furniture, but leave everything else. Like leave the posters on the wall and stuff, but just better furniture and the cleaning service.
Yeah.
My one addition to the Hawk would be to add a projector.
Oh.
A wall-sized projector.
So we can do presentations.
To project
like,
on what wall? Have you seen
Yeah.
that?
Have you seen
Yeah,
our
but like I
walls?
feel like we could on the window side where all like the board pictures are and that like it like goes up and down.
Okay, so
Like,
it's just
you know, like
hanging.
those-
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a projector
Oh,
where we
I
could
see what
have
you're
like
Yeah.
I don't
Okay, then
know
I get
a
it.
fun movie night or you know I
Also,
don't
when
know,
we do
notes
like
or
our meetings, we can like do it on the projector and be like,
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
right.
During the night,
Instead
we'll
of a
stay at the
small
whole
TV
figure
or
out.
like
We were not
anything.
doing that.
Oh yeah, that's what I would add.
I would add a functioning vacuum.
Well,
We're gonna play a game of who's most likely to. What do you call that game?
superlatives.
Superlatives. So I'm gonna say who's most likely
And
to
we all say-
something.
to the
No,
person.
and you have to point to the person.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So we have 5. First, which board member is most likely to throw up at a party? 3, 2, 1.
Why me?
Kenny Sekus.
Or
You wanna defend yourself?
That is so invalid because I don't drink too much.
Oh.
You know.
I think we all throw up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would.
If it's Kobo, then we all throw up.
Yeah.
Now, which board member is the biggest procrastinator? 3, 2, 1.
I guess we.
But also,
I think
With payments. Yeah.
alright, who is now most likely to skip their own event? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you. Well, you missed Boral, so.
I was dying of a sickness. Oh, sorry, that's not the mic. I was dying of a sickness. And the other one I was in Qatar, so
yeah, so this is.
it was for my mental health.
Wait, who said Shania?
Me.
Oh,
Because
why?
I don't know, I feel like one day Shana's like, oh, guys, I can't do it. And then she'll just.
But not for Mac. Never. Everything else, I'm kidding.
So that's
No. Who is most likely to? Oh, by the way, moment of shout outs. Thank you so much to our board of advice that consists of Lara, Skylar, Riddy. Well, Riddy is in the both, but Riddy's still very dear. Zhang, Ava. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Rupert.
And Rupert. They check in on us and they're old board members, and we really appreciate your help. We appreciate your support. Now the question is, who here is most likely to leave the boa on red? 3, 2, 1.
I said me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
no one really answers it.
I
Both.
pointed myself.
I pointed myself.
myself.
Because
I
I,
think
do.
Who did you meet?
Also, Kenny pointed
I
himself.
have not seen you speak in that chat
Well,
much.
maybe because I'm not being addressed in that chat. I also like don't
Whoa.
get. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Off screen has a
Off-screen-
hyphen.
Off screen has a hyphen, okay?
Always.
The proper spelling of off screen.
Yeah,
right
guys.
here,
O
hyphen.
Hyphen.
F, F,
hyphen.
screen. Well, you can't see the hyphen there, but there's certainly one.
Oh, wait, where's the hyphen now?
Well, that's a logo.
Oh, that's a logo.
Yeah, if there's a logo, there's no
It's
hyphen.
vertical anyway.
Yeah, it's a
Guys,
vertical
this fell
hyphen.
off.
This is
so-
so
Okay. We have very few questions left. What are you most proud of having accomplished this year? We'll start with Shania Shavla.
Okay. Oh god.
She's crying.
I'm in
She's
tears.
really emotional right now.
It's also really hard.
Well,
Yeah.
I would say, what am I the most proud of? I'm proud of everything that I did. I don't know. Like, this is a real weird question. Like, I think I am proud of myself. Maybe like Berlin, because I was not SDC, and I did that.
You did
Almost hanging on by
A
off a
thread.
thread, but it happened. So maybe Berlin. But I'm proud of myself. I don't know.
I was gonna say I'm kind of proud of, like, also like borals. I think I'm proud of like doing like 16 borals in 1 year. That's a lot. I think, right? 16. IDK.
More than 60.
More than
15, 16.
Yeah, right. But that's
It
a
felt
lot
like
of
35.
borals.
Yeah, I literally
Yeah,
felt like 30
I think yeah, I'm just
borals.
really proud that I was able to achieve that.
Yeah.
That's a lot for one little lady, and my little lady committee. You know? So I'm proud of me and I'm proud of my committee.
Well, I think for me is also, it comes down to reporter committee. I'm just really proud of how we bonded and how wonderful our dynamic was, and to be able to call everyone there a true friend
Yeah. Well,
and
I
just-
also. Second.
Yeah, well, I'm the one who
Well,
decided to
that's
shout
not
out
what
my
you said.
committee.
What was your proudest like achievement?
Well, I
of, like,
achieved
when I
a
thought of,
committee.
like- okay, well, you can start my question.
No, but just shout out to you guys, report committee. You're my dear friends, and I, you know, it would not have been such a fun year without you. So
Okay,
Thank
we
you very
should
much.
continue.
Sorry, we know you love Mac.
I
Okay.
think my biggest accomplishment during this year is just kind of, as I do, like kind of observe, but really see my committee members like shape and become the people that they are today. And out of all the events, out of just everything that we went through and worked towards, seeing each person really shine their light in their own individual way was really, really like the one thing that kept me going. So shout out to you guys. I'm so proud of you guys, and I have no words, but yeah, that's my biggest accomplishment, our biggest accomplishment.
Well, we have to cut my part out because I'm gonna do it again. So I mean, like.
doesn't matter. We can do like we'll do a shout out round. Not,
Yeah,
not your wish,
Okay.
Okay, I think my biggest achievement or accomplishment of this year is this year's merchandise. I think it was a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, just seeing like actual piece of clothing that my committee members designed, and like with the help and feedback of
Oh,
I'm
no.
wearing it.
Demonstration.
I'm wearing it.
Look, the logo on it.
It's upside down.
It's
But-
organic cotton. 100%. I think so.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't actually know. I kind of like blocked it out of my mind after months of working on it, but no, it was a really fun and cool experience to be able to design stuff, and I just was so proud of watching my committee members come up with all these ideas, and they were just like so excited and proud of themselves, and then making the promo for it was so fun. Yeah, shout out to all of the people who worked on it. You guys were amazing, and I was just like a proud mom in that moment. So yeah, loved it.
I'm proud of all the things that I've learned this year, especially when it comes to legal stuff. I'm not gonna state any facts anymore, but I can create a company right now, and
Oh,
that's
that's
a very
really-
valuable thing,
Yeah.
I'd say.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm actually proud of the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people that I interviewed, and then somehow like everything fit together, and they were in my committee, and I'm just proud because I think I created like a little friend group as well, and like people who really genuinely care about each other, and over like Mac and like responsibilities, like we're just friends, and I'm proud of that and the environment that was created.
All right, folks. Now this is the final question, and the question is: if you had one piece of advice for your successor, what piece of advice would that be? Does anyone know already?
Yeah. I
You do?
think so.
Okay, Mark.
I've been thinking about this one. What would I want to hear if I would get started right now? I think ahead. Always think ahead. You don't want to wind up having multiple deadlines happening at the same time. Always think like a month in advance or even 2 months. Like however far you want to like think ahead, like do that because it will spare you so much stress. And I think it applies for every single thing that you'll be doing this year. Just always be one step ahead of everything. So that's my advice.
Yeah.
Who else wants
I'll
to
chime
go?
in on that. I couldn't agree more. Think ahead, especially for the next president. If you do take on the reporter committee, start your book in September. Okay? The amount of all-nighters the reporter committee like had to take, and at one point we're basically camping out in this living room. Shout out to reporter committee. Go to whoever you're using as your publisher in September and decide everything in September, because we decided, oh yeah, we're gonna start picking the photos and the tags and this and that, but it's really easy to get carried away by other stuff. So earlier better, like overestimate how long it will take, and then just have a
So
ball in the
true.
spring instead of like
Dying.
an insane week. Yeah.
You go.
Okay, both of them very good. Well, not this one. Well, good advice, but I don't need it because I'm not a reporter. Not allowed. Sorry. I really stopped myself. Yeah, but doing things on time, like just do it as early as possible. Also, chillax. Like the world will not end.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing. Like I feel like if you're so in your
Whoa,
head,
okay.
everything is just gonna crumble. Step back for a few seconds. Hang out with people who are not off screen. your eyes will open and you're like, oh,
It's not that bad.
it's not that bad. Like I'm not gonna die,
Yeah.
and you will not. Don't you worry.
You won't.
I think my tip or my advice for my successor would be to, well, obviously everything that I'll write in the induction file, but most importantly, prioritize yourself. Truly, this is the key to getting through any trip because you're on the job constantly. That's the one time where you don't get any time for yourself. So find those little pockets of moment, 5 minutes, 10 minutes throughout the day to drink a coffee or something just by yourself and to recuperate. And I think that would be my advice to give you so you can come back recharged for everyone.
Well, my advice for the head of MAC next year would be, I feel like with MAC you can really like choose and plan out events that you're really interested in and like want to do. So in the beginning of the year when you're making your calendar, think about things that you like and then just make an event out of it, because the one thing I would say is the only like reason that I would want to go to like MAC stuff and do things is because I loved what I was doing. So like put in the calendar the stuff that you love, and you're gonna be good because you actually want to see that come to fruition. And like, yeah, that's my advice.
Okay,
Oh, sorry.
one last thing for you is because every time you're giving more and pouring more out to other people, don't forget to bring it back towards you and to pour it into yourself as well. So keep that balance alive.
Of course, everything that they said, keep that as advice. And I also want the next treasurer, I want you to keep in mind that you have to be more strict than I was. But I know the people on the board, they will be friends with you after your board year, and even during your board year you will have a lot of fun times, but when it comes to this stuff you have to be a little bit more strict than I was. I'd say sort of step out of your comfort zone. I tried to do that this year a little bit, but also try that for yourself, because there are so many different kinds of ways to work, and some work better than others. So really do what's good for you.
And we hope you enjoyed this different type of board interview. We hope you'll be watching this for many years to come. And
that you
to the
remember.
27th board, our full love, appreciation, support.
Can't wait to see
Good
what
luck.
you're gonna do.
It's gonna be
And
okay.
It's
You'll
gonna
be
be
okay.
okay.
You are
We
going
love
to be
you.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
This is off screen, on air, off air.
Yeah.
Bye.
I got you.
Moonlight, you're my
starlight.
I need
you
all night.
So come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. Whoa.